the next one. Look at a tree, a big one. An oak, maybe 100 feet tall, weighing as much as 10 elephants stacked together. Now I want you to ask a stupid-sounding question that actually breaks people's brains. Where did all that wood come from? And before you say the soil, stop, because that answer is wrong. Completely provably wrong. And the real answer is so strange that when you finally get it, you'll never look at a forest the same way again. Here's the thing nobody tells you. If trees ate the soil to grow, then the ground under every old forest should be sunk into a giant crater. Right? A tree pulls tons and tons of material out of somewhere. If it came from the dirt would be gone. But it's not. Walk into a 1,000-year-old forest, and the soil is basically still there, barely touched. So we've got tons of solid wood appearing out of nowhere. And the one thing everyone blames, the soil, turns out to be innocent. Keep that mystery in the back of your mind, because we're going to solve it. And the answer involves something you're breathing right now. Now think about how insane this actually is for a second. A single acorn weighs almost nothing. You can hold it into a 1,000-year-old forest, and out of that soil comes a tree that could crush a car. Barely touched. Where did the extra material of solid wood appearing out of nowhere? Didn't have it. And the one thing everyone blames, so something is smuggling out to be tons of mass. Keep that mystery in the back of your mind. Nobody notices. Because we're going to solve it. And the answer involves something you're breathing right now. Now think about how insane this actually is. Let me take you back about 400 years. A single acorn weighs almost nothing. You can hold it into a 1,000-year-old forest. Out of that soil comes a tree that could crush barely touched. Where did the extra material of solid wood appearing out of nowhere? Didn't have it. And the one thing everyone blames, so something is smuggling out to be tons of mass. Keep that visibly and you'll fills it because we're going to solve it. The answer involves something you're breathing exactly 200 pounds. Now think about how insane this actually is. Let me take you back a little 5 pounds. A single acorn weighs almost nothing. And then for 5 years, basically everybody around out of that soil springs a tree that could crush barely touch. Where did the extra material? So he decides adding soil is just water. And the one thing 5 years blames, so something low comes out and grows into a keep that visibly over 100 because we're going to solve it. The answer involves something you're breathing exactly 200 pounds. Now think about how insane this actually is. Let me take you back a little 5 pounds. A single acorn weighs the same. It had lost about 2 ounces. 2 ounces, not 200 pounds. A couple of spoonfuls. The tree got 150 pounds heavier, and the dirt basically didn't notice. So Van Helmont is standing there holding this massive tree that came from a 5-pound twig, and the soil is untouched, and he's got 150 pounds of solid living wood that came from what? He looked at his notes and said, well, the only thing I added was water. It had lost about so 2 ounces. So the tree must be made of water, and honestly, not 200 pounds. He was close to everyone who came before. The tree got 150 pounds heavier. And the because here's what Van Helmont couldn't have known. Van Helmont was standing there holding this massive tree that something that was floating all around him, and the soil all around the tree going, and he's got 150 pounds of solid living wood that came from what? And he looked at his notes and said, well, the only thing I added was lost about so the tree must be made of water, and honestly, not 200 pounds. So let's fast forward. What is that in the tree got 150 pounds heavier. You just made us. Here's what Van Helmont couldn't have known. Van Helmont was missing there holding